It was in the days of good King Freddie, and one of the king's newly hatched woggle-logs wouldn't eat the food that would ensure that he would grow up tame. Freddie had ordered Prime Minister Merlin and patron saint and Minister for the Environment, George, to find a solution to this problem. It was then that George's man, Jack, remembered something from his days as a seaman in the Royal Navy. "It's a funny thing," said Jack, "but ever since the PS came back with the Marmor Bugelhupf cake, I had a feeling that I had seen something like that before. I puzzled about it for a long time, until one day the memory came back." "What was it?" chorused George and Merlin. "I told the PS about it at the time." "Yes, but what was it?" "It's foo-foo," said Jack triumphantly. "Foo-foo," yelled the PS and PM. "What's foo-foo?" "Foo-foo is very big in the Gold Coast," said Jack. "Everyone eats it." "But what is it?" insisted Merlin. "What's it made of?" "Dunno," said Jack. "Looks a bit like bread dough before the baker puts it in the oven." "What does it taste like?" "Horrible. I only tried it once at a party bar in Kumasi. Served with very hot soup, and I mean very hot." "Slow down," counseled England's wisest man. "Tell us the story from the beginning." It was then that Jack told his listeners of a sea voyage long ago in the reign of Freddie's father, King Alfred II. He had been a deckhand on a small warship called the Royal Acorn. They said that the king had ordered a much larger ship to be called the Royal Oak, but a dodgy contractor delivered such a miserable little specimen, they changed the name. The ship was sent down the west coast of Africa to see if they could find the fabled land of the Gold Coast. "Kings are always keen to get their hands on gold," observed Merlin. "Never mind that," said George. "What happened?" "Well, to cut a long story short," said Jack, "after a long and difficult voyage, filled with mishaps of one kind or another, we found our way to a coastal town called Ottawa. We asked the locals if this was the place where you could get gold, and they said yes, but we would need to apply to the Ashanti in Kumasi." "Was he the king in those parts?" asked George. "That's right," said Jack. "He was the king of the most powerful tribe called Ashanti, and most of the gold was found in his country. He was so rich that his stool was said to be made of gold." "Stool? Was that his throne?" asked Merlin. "Did you see it?" "I did, but that was later," said Jack.